Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I have the brand new Lego Icons sort of Botanical Collection Plum Blossom set. This is set number 10369. It has 327 pieces and I paid $30 for this. So this is a set that officially releases August 1st, 2024. This is when I was able to get early, as at the time of recording this video it's a little bit before August 1st, so the set hasn't officially released on the Lego Shop at Home website and the digital instructions are not yet available for this product. I also have the other one, maybe the chrysanthemum or something, that I got early, and for this release for the August 1st 2024 I saw a ton of other sets on shelves, including the new Mario with the new course builder figures for Peach and Luigi and Mario, and tons of the new sets with the new box design. I saw new Star Wars stuff, new Technic stuff, tons of new sets that aren't officially out yet that were on these shelves. The new Batman mech, the new Batman Batmobile, all the new Marvel stuff. Like I saw the Helicarrier. I saw so many new sets on the shelves, which is a little bit strange. I don't know if they all, sometimes Lego works out a deal with certain retailers to have things exclusive. Sometimes they'll work out a deal to have things available at a certain retailer before it's available other places. And then other times I feel like they street date their products pretty and enforce it, or try to, as well as they can. So it's a little bit strange, but for this wave of releases, I saw a lot of stuff that was out on these shelves for sale early, and this was one of them. So I decided to pick this up. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it while I build. I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Botanical Collection Plum Blossom set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. And then I wanted to talk about the build. So we start off here with kind of the base, the stand that the planter is going to go on, and then we start building the planter, which does have some nice kind of building techniques with some studs on the side stuff, some upside down building to kind of make it symmetrical, as well as that really nice golden band around there. And then we can start working on the plant itself, which we start with the kind of structure for the stem. There's a little repetition here with some of these smaller flower blossom, flower bud type things, and then we can start working on the bigger buds. These three are built the same, so I kind of did them at the same time. And then when we move on to the last bag of pieces, we will do some that are slightly different, as well as a different kind of stem structure here for the kind of center of the plant there. And then we work on this other kind of blossom that's very similar but still slightly different, which is really, really cool. I liked how these were done. It was some new stuff. There's some new pieces in here, so I liked all of that. And that's it. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Botanical Collection, the Plum Blossom set. So this is really, really awesome. It does stand somewhat tall here, I would say. It is roughly 13.5 inches, 34 centimeters tall, and at its widest is maybe 17 centimeters or like 6.5 inches. But it is a botanical set. It's on the smaller side. It's not as small as the kind of the like ones for the tulips or the cherry blossom or the roses that come in sort of small boxes, also like the daffodils and the sunflowers and stuff like that. Those are usually in the like $15 range roughly. This one's in the $30 range, and then above that there have been botanical sets in the $50 range, but could often be found for 20% off, which brings it down to $40. The bonsai tree, the orchids, and several other ones have been on sale. So this is a new price point for them to be at. It's kind of a new scale as well, but I really like this. This is really cool. So we will get right into it. And there are no minifigures in this set. It is a botanical collection here. We do have the instruction booklet. Like I said, the instructions were not online yet. We do have some good information in here, and it talks about the 4 gentlemen, or the 4 noble ones, classic quartet of beautiful plants. So the plum tree, which is this one, for winter, the orchid for spring, the bamboo for summer, and the chrysanthemum for autumn. So I believe the plum blossom and the chrysanthemum are the 2 that I have, and I don't know if the orchid and the bamboo are going to be releasing, but I'm pretty sure this is kind of part of a series of sets that are all of those. So I think we have chrysanthemum, plum, orchid, bamboo, something like that, and I think they're making a set for all of these that all have some similar kind of things going on with them. So we will get into this. Right off the bat, one of the things I love about this and these new lines is that they do have a vase kind of thing here, or like a planter, and this one has like a little stand on the bottom too. The Birds of Paradise, like $100 set, or maybe more since it's retired, has a pretty big base. The bonsai tree has a base. The other orchid has a base, but some of the other ones, like the bouquets and stuff like that, you might need to find your own. I built some Lego kind of planters for those bouquets, and like the wildflower bouquet and the one before that and stuff like that. And then there have been some gift with purchases that have been kind of botanical things that also came with planters and or like a pot or whatever, and I really appreciate that. So when these were announced, I was super excited. Right off the bat here, I think it looks great. It looks very similar to some of the images in here, like this this painting, kind of oil looking or watercolor looking painting here looks very similar to that. I don't think this it has a small picture of what they look like here, as well as some other little information there, which is great. And essentially, when you start building this, you start with the base. So I'm actually going to take that off. I don't know how easy it's going to be. We'll see if we can get that back together. And the base is pretty well done. I like this a lot. The colors are nice, and overall it feels really good. So it starts with a black round plate there. We do some nice techniques using the half circle kind of the rounded half jumper plate there, and then we take these kind of architectural elements here and put them on the bottom, and they work really well as feet for this. They look elegant and nice, and kind of just lift this off the ground a little bit. Then we have all of these curved and rounded kind of slope pieces here, different ones inside with a different color, and then you can see the inside uses some of those round bricks. And then I'm actually going to take off the flowers and their stems as well, so we can look more at the planter here. So the planter looks like this, and what happens is the Technic goes through, and then it also studs down on there. It's easy enough to separate, but it kind of is one unit here, and this one is not all the way down. So this is done really nicely. There is some bracket usage or studs on the side bricks in here to kind of get this built out to be pretty round here. I love the color choice. I love the gold going through here, that nice drum lacquered metallic gold all the way. That little band there I think is really nice. I think the color for the vase here, which is kind of this teal, blue, gray kind of color, greenish, bluish, grayish sort of to me, but I'm colorblind, is really nice. And we do have this kind of nice round kind of plump base here. There's really good symmetry, and just overall I think it looks really nice. You know, the parts where it does kind of go into that and it's not maybe as smooth, it's a little more textured there, I think I work really well because they're, you know, pretty evenly distributed around here, so I love that. Then in the middle we have the same kind of slope pieces which are underneath here, so you can even just see them just a little bit where they connect. And then we have these Technic pieces on top, as well as a couple Technic axles that go up through there to connect to the stem of the plants. So this is really economical, not a ton of pieces in here. As far as the construction goes, it's not like crazy intricate or advanced, but there is some studs on the side building to make this all work here, and to, you know, some studs upside down kind of stuff in here on the bottom as well. But I thought it came together really nicely, and I'm not sure if all of them have the same design. No, they don't. They might have similar designs for like the base here, but I'm hoping that all the different pots for these plants for the Noble 4 are going to be different slightly, so that's very cool. So super happy with that. It makes it easier to display, it just makes it more elegant, and I really appreciate how it looks, and this is a great design for them. This is really great. One of the things to make note, and this is similar with the orchid and the birds of paradise and the bonsai tree, is it does come with 16 of these open studs, which are meant to be poured into the top of this when the stem and the flowers are in there, to kind of indicate soil or dirt or something like that. So I don't have those in there just because I'm going to be handling this. Maybe I'll put them in there at the end, and then we can look at the flower. This is built out into kind of two different stems that attach in to these two axles here. So I can put this one back here and put this one back here, and they actually, you know, this is the kind of curated look the designer calls it, but in their little write-up they do talk about, you know, exploring and expanding and just being creative and trying to make these look more organic, or, you know, tailor them to whoever might be, you know, putting this together or displaying this. So this is really nice. Like a lot of botanicals, the basic structure of it starts with a lot of Technic, but I really liked how we did this. Starting from the bottom here, we have like the angled piece with the tri piece, kind of the triangle, three-pronged, then an angled one, three-pronged, angled, three-pronged, angled, three-pronged, and it almost makes this nice little curve here all the way up. You end up putting one of those Technic pins with the stud on it all the way down in all of the open holes. There's a few places where we add like a axle with a cone piece there, and then we have the 6 stem kind of piece with 2 flower studs on there. We do that over here. There's a little bit of like a vine or different branches, and then as it continues up at the top, we have another one of those. You end up making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these kind of little sub-assemblies, so some repetition, but it's not too bad because you're just putting 2 flower studs on each of these kind of stem pieces, and that's a lot quicker than putting 6 on, but I don't mind the repetition in these sets generally because it's sort of something to expect. And then we also add on these little blossoms, which have what I believe to be a new piece here. So let me see if I can show that. I believe this is a new piece. So it is sort of a round pink piece that comes to kind of a little point here, and it has kind of a molded, almost like petal kind of flap there on the end, and then it has a bar element coming off of it. So I don't think I've seen this piece before. I don't know what it will be used for, but I'm looking forward to it. Always interested to see new pieces, and I believe that is one of them. So you get several of those, which are just, you know, a different stage in the blooming and the life cycle of this. And then we spend time building the actual blossoms, the flowers that are more exposed. So we have 3 of them here. These 3 are all the same. Then there's one down here that's a little bit different, and one over here that's a little bit different. These attach pretty much the same way with those bar elements with the open stud kind of angled off. One of these pieces is how they attach, and they're done really, really cool. They start off with a this like 2x2 round plate with the 4 bars sticking up off of the end. We put these tiles, inverted tiles, on there just on one point, and then we use these like claw pieces or barb pieces in the red there to clip on to kind of make this look a little more organic, and they all kind of collapse down onto each other there and overlap, which is really nice. Then on the other side, we put the tile with the single stud in the middle, the eggshell there. There's a flower stud underneath the eggshell as well, and then we put this little, I thought this was this a minion thing or something, but it's been used in botanical something, this little like stem, or you know, I don't know if it's the pistil, or like, I don't know all the botanical parts, the parts of a plant biology, but that's all there. So you build a couple of those. Again, a little bit of repetition, but not too bad and to be expected. I think the price point and the scale for this works really well, because it doesn't have a mind-numbing amount of repetition. You know, you do a couple similar things, but the build is paced really, really well. And then we have, you know, so I built these all 3 at the same time. And then on the bottom here, we have something that's similar, but done in a very different way, which I actually really, really liked. So we can see this is a little bit different. It's got 5 little petals instead of 4, and it doesn't have the kind of blade pieces there. This starts with this like key ring piece that I think they've also used for like Harry's glasses in the Brickhead from Harry Potter and all this other stuff. And then you put a stem through there, but not all the way, into one of these like 2/3, I think those are 2/3 bricks with the open stud on the side and kind of curved here, and then the stud on top. And then you put a flower stud in there, the eggshell, and the kind of stem piece. And then we clip on all of these, which are just a 1x1 with the clip, the flower stud in between, and then the inverted tile there, and kind of fold those all up. That's really cool. I don't know if I've ever seen them do like a something on the inside of one of these ring pieces here like this, but it works really, really well for this. And I don't know if there's many other kind of pieces that could go in there. I'm imagining a lot of, maybe a headlight brick could go in there and have something go through it. Maybe a stud on the side, normal brick could go in there, but they did use this curved one, which I think is really nice, and it does change up sort of some of the monotony, does make it feel more organic there, which I really appreciate. So that one actually just studs down onto the stem, so it doesn't really go off at an angle here. But overall, this is really nice. This is the first one you build. It's kind of the main one, and to whatever degree that this has a like front and back, I would say like right now this would be the front, and then the kind of smaller second stem is kind of in the background a little bit. The the bigger one is in the foreground just slightly, and I'll pop off that one. So it is a lot smaller, but it uses a lot of the same techniques, a lot of the same pieces here. So this is the same, all the kind of stem work is the same, and then this blossom here is the same as this one with the 5 petals, and it's done in the same way. Attached there we have a little bit of branches and vines and all different flower studs up along there to kind of finish that off. And that one actually sits really, really nicely to kind of frame up this flower. It's a little bit in the background. These ones kind of are going off at different angles, but these two feel really, really nice. And overall, what you end up with is a really classy, really organic, really pretty model. It's just very, very well done. I love botanicals. I have a soft spot for them, but there's some really good stuff here, and when I'm finished with this, I always just feel like, wow, this is impressive, and I would be happy to, and I am happy to be able to like display this and have this somewhere, maybe a place where I don't get a ton of direct sunlight that I can't have other houseplants in or something like that, because I feel like this really, really works. I love the base. I love like the brown base underneath here, nice piece usages, very easy, kind of simple techniques that go a long way for the look of it. I like the actual like vase or vase kind of thing here, the planter, and I love the plant. You know, I have mixed feelings about putting these studs in there, but just for the sake of the build, I will do that. And you know, that's nice. It covers up some of the holes in there, so you don't see it as readily as like Technic pieces or Lego pieces or anything like that. And this is something that the Lego Botanical collection has done in the past, so it makes sense there, and that's not a big deal. It's just 16 of those, so it's not like it eats into the piece budget or anything like that. They're all 1x1s, but I think like some of them, I actually think the Birds of Paradise and the Orchid both used some bigger pieces in there, and then the Bonsai Tree I feel like had, I don't know, a lot of maybe 3 different colored 1x1s is something. It was way, way different. So those are in there, not a big deal. Overall, I think this looks really, really stunning. Just really great colors, great design, organic, nice. It's like different than other botanicals, but similar. I like that there's going to be kind of 4 of these all together. Feels really nice. It's not too big, not too small. I mean, if there is a front and the back, you know, if this is the back, it doesn't look great, but because there's some, you know, it is just a plant, there's some customability, or there's ways to like redo this, and there's a way to flip one of these around and have it be sort of like that, which is, I think, super fair and looks good and not a big deal at all. So I wouldn't mind doing something like that, and the designer does write about you know, the nature of creativity and the creativity of nature, kind of allowing for some experimentation, some different configurations of this to cater it to your own, or as they referred to it, like, you know, following the directions to a T and having the curated version. I quite like how this is done, so that's really good. I will show the extra pieces because you do get some. You get an extra of the kind of stem piece there, flower stud, open stud, this kind of stem piece, that one, the Technic pins, as well as a hilt piece, which is actually used up on the very tip here of this branch. So those are all your extra pieces, and this set is 327 pieces for $30. No prints, no stickers, no minifigures. I think, you know, I'm happy that the botanicals are kind of diversifying what price points they might be on. This feels like a good scale. Feels like a nice use of pieces. There are some bigger pieces in here, like these ones around the bottom, but I think that's nice. They're not like crazy big. There are still a lot of 1x1s in here, including 16 of them that are just used for dirt, as well as all of the flower studs throughout here. And I think that's fine. A lot of that's come to expect. I think I would have liked this to be $25, but I understand why it's $30. I mean, I would have even taken $27. Would have been great for like all 4 of these, but $25 feels about right, just based on what I have here compared to some of the other botanical collections, especially when I could get like the original orchid for $40 if it was on sale, or the bonsai for $40, or different things like that. This is a little bit smaller, and I don't know if it's 25% smaller. It might be closer to 30 or something, or 50, in that range. That the price maybe doesn't scale in the way I would want it to. I think it's a pretty accessible price, but a little bit less goes a long way. And I don't know if this is necessarily, worth more or less than some of the Speed Champions, for example. Those have a lot of stickers. They do have a minifigure. They have a lot of branding and licensing that goes on with them. Sometimes they have more pieces than this. Sometimes they have fewer. They often have printed pieces as well, and they might, I don't know if popularity comes into play at all, but I think I would like this to be closer to like a Speed Champion price, which Speed Champions have been going up in price, so from 20 to 25 to 27. I think this would have felt really, really great at 25, fine or good at 27, and at 30 it's like acceptable, but I'm a little bit iffy on it just because of the repetition of some pieces. I don't know for sure if anything's been recolored. It does appear to me that there's at least one new piece in here. There is some good techniques, but there's not a ton with it. I do know that there are sometimes some premiums to be applied to display oriented, adult oriented sets, of which this is one. I would consider this one of those, and so sometimes those carry a premium. The price per piece isn't always like really fantastic. For botanicals, historically they've had pretty good price per piece ratios because so many of them are 1x1s, 1x2s, like tiny pieces, and that still remains here. And so the price per piece is actually not great on these compared to other botanical sets, but I still really enjoyed this. I love how it looks. I loved putting it together. I think this is really exciting, and I'm just a big Lego Botanicals fan, so this is another real win for me, and I really like it. I think it's great. Maybe just a little bit overpriced. If it was found 20% off, we're taking $6 off, then we're in the $24 range. That feels really nice. Even if it was 10% off, then we're down to $27, which is close, to what I was hoping for. But that is sort of relying on or hoping for sales. And I wanted to get this. I got this before it officially released, so I paid the full retail price for it, and I'm okay with that. So that's good. I really like this. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including the other botanical collections, like the other Noble 4 things here. The chrysanthemum I have in hand and will be doing soon, as well as like tons of other Lego sets that are releasing August 1st when this video is coming out. There's a bunch of maybe 80 or 90 new sets coming out, and then also I'm going to be looking at a ton of old sets from last year, earlier this year, last year, and then some retired sets, tons of different stuff from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count. There's new Mario stuff, new Star Wars, new DC stuff, there's some new city stuff I want to look at, not necessarily dropping tomorrow, but maybe dropped last month, and just tons and tons of Lego stuff, as well as retired sets and hard to find themes and some of other niche stuff that I like to do on my channel. So there's going to be tons of stuff coming up, so subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. That helps me a lot, so thank you very much. And then if you wanted to support this channel and support my videos here in a different way by giving money to the channel, you can do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. So if you want to give money, thank you. You don't have to, but it's very helpful, and I appreciate it. So thank you very much. Maybe consider checking those things out. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.